What if menopause is not just a shift of hormones, but actually a spiritual awakening? What if all those emotions that you're feeling, all the physical uh, symptoms that you're having, all the changes in your body, what if it's just something trying to wake you up? What if it just means that you're just being woken? What if it means that your body is talking to you and it is asking you to wake up to this new time? You know, I am so driven to change the narrative around menopause and midlife because I truly, truly believe that it is the time for the woman. It is the time for women to truly be their authentic selves. Everything before that was just programming and following society's expectations of us. It is when we hit midlife and things start to shift and our body's starting to talk to us that we start to pay attention to us, to ourselves. We have no choice because that body is talking, right? That body is talking to us. And we think it's working against us. No, it's trying to get your attention. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. My name is Sada Sharon Vandelis. I am a mind, body, spirit, holistic health coach. And on this channel, we focus on the single women in midlife who are passionate and have a desire to recreate themselves and to have an amazing second chapter, to take that time and self-love to allow their true selves to come out. So if all of that sounds good to you, then stay tuned and join the channel because that's what we're all about here. We're all about supporting the transition and providing health information and offering support. So yeah, welcome again. So today I want to talk about the fact that menopause and midlife are not just hormonal shifts. It's about the spiritual awakening. So, midlife, what happens during midlife is that things change around us, right? Not just our bodies, but our life tends to change. A lot of times our children are now grown and they're going to go out on their own, and we begin to have more time, right? Because they don't need us anymore. We begin to have more time. Some of us, we complete a marriage. That's how I like to see it. You complete a marriage. You don't end it, you complete it. Because when you look at it that way, you completed a marriage, then there is no lingering resentment or anything. You have completed it. You have taken from it what serves you. You have released and you have first processed and everything. And so now you've taken what serves you and you've released what doesn't. And you're moving on. You're moving on as a whole being, not as a broken one, as a whole being. In the attitude of finding more of yourself. So when we have more time, we begin to reevaluate everything, right? And this is a lot of times why we end up completing a marriage, because we start to really, really pay attention and look at everything. And we begin to be more honest with ourselves, and we say, this is not this is not happiness. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is not happiness. Why am I in this marriage? And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling anybody to go end or complete a marriage. I'm just giving you examples of things that show us how in midlife we begin to change and we begin to be more honest with ourselves. And a lot of times, if our marriage is not working, we now have the time and the energy to look at it and to either fix it or leave it. So we begin to also become more aware of what takes priority in our lives. You know, we start to set priorities, which is very important, and we begin to also question the way we have been generating our livelihood. You know, we start to take a second look at what it is that we do, you know, as far as a job or a career, and we begin to consider, if that's not it, if that just doesn't feel like it anymore, then we begin to consider the things that do excite us. So we begin to consider switching careers and doing something that's more of an expression of who we really are. That's exciting. And you know, those changes may feel a little uncomfortable at first because it's starting with these uncomfortable feelings, but it is part of this beautiful awakening. So we start to question everything, our emotion. We become more aware of our emotional patterns. You know, we begin to see what triggers us, what makes us happy. You know, it's like really, truly waking up to ourselves. And so the body is just, the body expresses what goes on with us emotionally and mentally. So the body now is also starting to talk to us really loudly. You know what I mean? We're having maybe hot flashes. We're feeling maybe sluggish, fatigued easily. We may feel more emotional. We may cry more. All of that is just part of the waking up nudge, like wake up, give me what I need, give me what I need. I need to come out, but for me to come out, you gotta give me what I need. This is what's going on. So what it's asking for is more rest most of the time. Give me more rest. Give me the food, the nourishment that I need. Give me the nourishment that I need, and I'm going to do a whole video on the nourishment that you may need in midlife to make you thrive. But yeah, your body is definitely in midlife going to require really good nourishment. It's like you have to become so deliberate and conscious of every aspect of your life, because you're gonna notice real quickly what's not working. Your body may need a cleansing. You may have to set up your self-care routines to stay consistent and quiet time, so that you can hear your inner being speaking to you. Let it reveal to you who you are. Now, you know, you're also going to become less tolerant of negativity. And that's good, because who wants to be around negative people or negative energy? But for a long time, we would just push our needs to the side and just hang with it, you know. but not in midlife. In midlife, you're like, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna be in this funk. I'm not gonna be in this funk. I'm getting out. Yeah, and that's good. Sadly enough, you may feel sad. There may be a part of you, or there may be times where you're going through sadness. It's like a mourning. You're mourning what used to be. And that's fine. That's fine. It's all a part of cleaning up and cleaning out. So sit with that. Sit with the sadness. Let it run its course through you. And allow yourself to see how things can now be different and exciting. And there's really no need to be sad. It's okay, but you don't need to feed that sadness. You need to just acknowledge it and let it just flow out, flow in and flow out. So you're gonna be tired of pretending, right? You're not gonna have time to be pretending about anything. If something doesn't work for you, you're just gonna say it. If somebody gets on your nerves, you're just gonna show it. I mean, it's freeing. I think midlife is freeing because it's not even something that you are like trying to do. It just happens naturally because the real you is coming out. It's no longer accepting being pushed away. It's coming out, whether you want to or not. And if you allow it to come out with love and nurturing, then it's gonna be beautiful. But if you don't want it to come out and you're holding on to what used to be, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer, and there's no need, because what wants to come out is the real you. Yes, so you're gonna just seek more spiritual connection, more peace, more quiet, more authenticity. You're gonna wanna connect with real people. You're gonna spot the phonies right away. I mean, it's like a whole veil is being removed, and you're starting to see life from a whole different perspective. And it can have its moments of awkwardness, but like, it is in general the best thing that could happen to you, because you're shedding old identities. So it could feel a bit confusing, but let it feel a bit confusing. It's okay, because at the end, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be clarity, nothing but clarity. So in this awakening, you're gonna trust your inner voice more. Yeah, you're gonna learn to hear that voice and totally trust it. It may not even make sense, but you're just gonna trust it, because you're gonna be so connected that there will be no room for doubt. You won't even care if somebody's gonna think you're crazy. You know that you're doing what your inner being is telling you to do. And that's all that matters. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing about midlife, that you're gonna just be the authentic you, and that you're not gonna give a rip about what anybody else thinks. Oh, I love that. I mean, that is the most freeing thing, to not care about what other people think. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. You're gonna know when you're in a draining environment, and you're gonna remove yourself. You're gonna know when you meet draining people, and you're gonna remove yourself. And that is how it's supposed to be. We should have been doing that all along. But we had things, we had demands on us, and that's fine, because there's a perfect time for everything. And this is the perfect time for you to focus on you. Midlife is a beautiful invitation to heal yourself, to allow yourself to look at all the things that are not working for you anymore, all the things that you've been carrying with you, you know, all the toxic patterns. You know, you now know that you can set boundaries for yourself. You don't have to accept certain things anymore. So it is the time, it's an invitation to heal, to release, and to relax. It's a time, it's an invitation to take immense, great, amazing care of yourself. Like it's gonna feel like you're being totally selfish, but you're not. You're just taking care of yourself. You are putting yourself first, and that is not selfish, it is self-love. Because you can't help another when you yourself are kind of shaky. You only can help others when you have helped yourself and put yourself in a fully stable and strong position. That's when you truly have something to offer other people. So many women spent the first half of their life being who the world wants them to be. So the second part of your life is supposed to be all about who you truly want to be. And I hope that me leaving you with that is what you need to hear to fully jump into this beautiful time of your life. And if you enjoyed this chat, then give me a like and join this community. We're just getting started. But if you join, then I can keep doing what I'm doing, and I can reach more of us, and we can create a movement together. A movement of powerful women in midlife who are showing up fierce and fabulous. Until we meet again, I'm wishing you lots of peace and love.